regret. Matter of fact, I need you to the point I almost wish I never met you. But no matter how hard I try, I can't forget you. Losing you to me would be like losing a blessing. And sometimes it feels that way when we lose connection. And maybe I ain't been on your mind, but I'd be lying if I said you weren't on mine. And maybe I'm just wasting your time, but for you, I would probably lose my mind. And sometimes I often forget that you aren't mine. And the very same thought is what has me losing my mind. I don't always open up, but you, one of a kind. Every time I heard your voice, I replayed it 1,000 times. And sometimes I often forget that what you said. I think about you that night when I lay in my bed. It's crazy how you broke my heart and they know that you had it. I just always give my heart away. I guess it's just a habit.
I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you.
We do not promote the use of legal or illegal psychoactive substances. This video has been created strictly for harm reduction purposes. The following video is intended to help you navigate through a difficult psychedelic experience, primarily to help you let go of your ego when facing ego death. If you are currently on psychedelics right now, and particularly you're by yourself, and say you are unsure that the dosage or the combo you have taken is safe or not, I have included a link in the video description to a website called tripsit.me. They have a drug chart there so you can check if the combination is safe, but more importantly, they have a live chat. Although this video is designed to help relax you, if after watching this video you still don't feel relaxed and you're still having a difficult experience, then please visit that website and talk to the people on there. They can give you a live chat, which is something that I currently can't offer, and they can help in regards to directing you to what you need to do to calm your body down. If you currently have real reason to believe that your physical body is not doing so well, at the very least, you need to call a friend who can come and properly assess your physical well-being. If you are currently in the midst of a challenging trip, please skip ahead to the 3:16-minute mark. Any implied psychedelic use in the following video is a dramatization. It's just an act to help relate to a viewer who may be going through a very difficult situation right now. One of, if not the most intense experiences that a human can have is feeling what it's like to kill their ego. There are many psychedelics which can bring forth ego death, but regardless of the path taken, the destination is always the same. Ego death is a beautiful experience. It doesn't have to be feared. It doesn't have to be something that you dread. It can be something that you embrace. It's very easy to embrace ego death. A part of the reason why a lot of people get very fearful during psychedelic trips is because they reach this point in their experience where they no longer have access to all their memories. They start to slowly forget who they are, and themselves and their environment start becoming one. The lines get blurred. During this experience, it's quite common to have what people call ego death, where your sense of self just evaporates into thin air, and you literally just merge with everything. And when your sense of self dissolves, that's when the real psychedelic trip happens, and those are the moments that are ineffable. Those are the moments of a trip that you just can't bring back and you can't explain. Ego death isn't something that you need to be afraid of, and I'm going to show you how to embrace that experience, because what's causing the fear in you is the fact that you're not letting go. You're fighting to hold on. It's like you're on the edge of a cliff and you're holding on with one hand, and you know that you have no choice but to drop, but you are holding on for dear life. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what we're designed to do. We are designed to survive. So don't beat yourself up for not letting go. Letting go goes against all of your primal instincts. However, what I would suggest is now that you've gotten yourself into this mess, hardly want to call it a mess, now that you've got yourself into this potential experience, that you just go with the flow, ride the waves. You're not actually dying. You are going to come back. I promise that you will be you again. However, for the time being, just entertain the notion of giving up. Just act. Just play a game. Pretend that you agree with it. And just see what happens. I'm going to let go with you, and we're going to see what happens together. Ultimately, what you can't really see right now is that you are the one who's at the sails. You're steering the ship through fear.
I don't know how any of this works at all. So where do you put the fluid? Why do you need power? I know nothing about this.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought. What the heck is a joule?
What is a joule? A joule is a closed-loop vape system. It consists of a battery and a pre-filled pod. The pre-filled pod is filled with e-liquid with a high nicotine volume. A joule is very easy to use. All you do is put the pod in and vape away.
Lots of high school kids would never think of smoking. They've grown up with anti-tobacco ads.
This contract, I relinquish part of my freedom to you.
The scary thing is they don't think of vaping as smoking a cigarette or as smoking.
Vaping can deliver nicotine to your brain.
It is true that joules don't have a lot of the toxic chemicals that, say, a cigarette has. But a tiny joule pod has the equivalent amount of nicotine that's contained in an entire pack of cigarettes. So why would kids joule?
They love the flavors.
I've heard a lot of kids say, like, it just gives them a quick buzz. They feel good after they do it.
You see the younger celebrities, they're holding a jewel in their hand, and everyone on Snapchat will, like, post videos of them jeweling. They just find it as a way to be cool.
If you have money, you can get it super easy. Just ask anyone.
One of the things that makes it really hard for educators is that jewels are really easy to hide.
So if I'm a student, I'm not just like this, but if I have a pocket or if I put it right here.
Jewels look so similar to, say, thumb drives, right? It's really easy to get confused. And of course, kids take advantage of this. So a lot of students told me about a game they play in class where a student will go up to a teacher who has no idea what a jewel is and say, hey, I've got my, presentation on this thumb drive. Can I charge it on your computer, please? Because I really need to have it. And then they go ahead and charge their jewel on the teacher's computer, and the teachers have no idea.
It's very tricky. It's made to be very tricky to trick us. So therefore it's difficult as teachers to know if they're actually vaping.
So what's a teacher to do? Here are some of the things you can look for in your classroom.
So your typical high school bathroom, right?
Frequent or long bathroom breaks. A lot of kids go to the bathroom and then they hang out jeweling. In fact, it's become so common that schools across the country have either cut down on the number of bathrooms that are open. Teachers may monitor the bathroom, sometimes even principals.
You might have 5 or 6 kids hanging out in here with the door closed and vaping.
Watch out for kids who cover their face with their hands, who sometimes have sleeves next to their nose, who put their head down often. It may be they're just tired, they're teenagers, right? But it could be that they're vaping in class. A principal I spoke to said one of the most effective methods he used was really involving parents. So, for example, he didn't just talk to kids about the problem. He had after-school seminars where he would invite parents, and then it grew even bigger. It wasn't just parents, he actually invited the entire community so that there were lots of sets of eyes on his students. And parents are still really influential in their teens' life. I mean, just listen to what this one kid, Zayn, said to me.
My mama don't play that. Yes, that's that simple.
Your mom is a very smart woman.
Yeah, my mom would kill me too.
Am I autistic? Okay.
In high school, I never understood going to school to skip class on campus. That made no sense to me. If you didn't want to go to school, stay home. I'd be in driver's ed class outside on the bleachers, look over and see kids skipping every single day, like literally skipping. La 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 la. Then in my school, skipping was like a really big problem. So if you ever got caught, it's Saturday school or detention. Not worth it. I go to school and forget that I have a massive test that I didn't study for. So bump it, I'm just going to skip. And lately I've been getting a lot of subscribers from England, Australia, and Canada. I don't know how schooling works over there. At my school, we had 3 lunches and 1 long class that you just stay in for that whole time until it's your lunch. And I had the last lunch, so all I need to do is skip class for the first 2 lunches, and then we Gucci. So I'm staying in the hall thinking about this, and then the late bell rings, so I'm just like, okay, well, it's now or never. And over by art and photography, there's these bathrooms that are single-stalled that I always smell wacky tobacco coming out of. So I walk over there, and there's an open stall. I go in, I hide, and then I wait for the first bell to ring. So kids start going into the lunchroom, and I'm thinking to myself, I could hide in here for an hour. Or I could be a fatty and eat at all 3 lunches. And if you've seen any of my Instagram stories or my Snapchat stories, you already can know which one of these I picked. I had my main squad, Willie and Bandit, in high school, but I'd also squad hopped. I was cool with the Jamaicans, the goth kids, the nerds, the popular kids. Okay, I wasn't really friends with the popular kids, but you get the idea. I'd never been to this first lunch. It had a completely different vibe. But please believe, I was chilling with my Asians over there like... Bell rings, everybody starts leaving the lunchroom. I start heading back to my bathrooms, and there's an administrator blocking it. So my new mission objective is to find a new bathroom, and then I'll just come out for a second lunch. Boom, we good. And now the administrators are watching all the kids going into the classrooms. I don't got no class over on this side of the building, so I walk outside and I'm acting like I'm going to another building, and then I hear, hey! Did you hear anything? I didn't hear anything. I'm just going to walk this way now. Then I hear her say, hey, you stop! And then I ran. If you ever run from administrators, that's 3 days suspension. I sprint for like 30 seconds, and I thought I lost her. Look over my shoulder, and she was right there like... I'm 16 and a half years old, and you're like 70. How you keeping up with me? I ain't going back to jail. I did my nickel. I ain't going back. I'm guessing a lot of kids ran from her, because I felt like John Connor being chased by the T-1000. So I'm zigzagging, running around corners. I find a bathroom. Boom, kick open the door. There's 10 other dudes in this boy's bathroom looking like refugees, all skipping, waiting for the next lunch. So there's like a 10-minute window between when lunch gets out and the next lunch starts. So I just have to not get caught before that next bell rings. So I'm chilling in the bathroom, and then I hear the double doors at the end of the hall open, and then I start hearing heels. None of these dudes know what's going down, so I run into a stall. Thank God there was nobody in it. We're in a boy's bathroom. She can't come in here, right? So the heels keep getting louder and louder, and then she gets to the door and cracks it open, and she goes, I know you're in there. Nobody says a word. If you come out now, it's not going to be that much of a punishment. But if you make me go and get a male administrator, everybody in here is getting suspended. I'm dripping sweat. Sweat is coming out of my booty cheeks right now.
Oh, three viewers. That's hot. And now 2 people leave. Someone should comment something to give me something to talk about.
My mom is from the Caribbean. I know if she finds out I ran from an administrator and got suspended, she's going to beat me with a fridge. So once she threatens she's going to get another administrator, one guy cracks and he comes out. Is anybody else in there? Yeah. So then another kid who's always in trouble, we'll just call him Dre. Dre's like, forget it, whatever, I'm in here too. Who else is in there? You better not cover for anybody. So he walks back in, and like Dre is cool. He ain't gonna snitch. You, and just rats with no hesitation. And then he starts walking out, and she's like, is there anybody else? Oh, let me check the stalls real quick. What the H, Dre? I hear him open up the other stall. You and you, out. She opens up my stall, and she was like, is there anybody else in there? And he looks me dead in my eye, and he goes, nah, that's it, it's all clear, ain't nobody else in here. Me and Dre never even talked. We have gym class together. And I never said 2 words to this dude. Needless to say, that was the last time I ever skipped class. Ever. Remembers Blockbuster Video. I know a lot of y'all have heard about it. For those of y'all who have never been inside a Blockbuster, you go in, they have all your favorite movies, all your favorite video games, they had candy and popcorn. For anybody that remembers going in as a kid, they will tell you it was a good experience. It just made you feel good. When you hear mom say, we're going to Blockbuster, your reaction's always like, oh! Whenever they had a new release, it would cover the entire wall, and it was always sold out. Imagine going to Netflix and typing in a show or a movie you want to watch, and Netflix is like, nah, fam. And some of y'all young bloods don't know nothing about that life. But you know what else was awesome about the whole Blockbuster experience? When you got your own Blockbuster card, like that's a big deal. You're not even supposed to be able to get one until you're 13, but my mom like forged a document and like made a fake passport for me or something and got me one before I turned 13. Like that was a moment in life. My friends would call me after I got my card like, Donnie, let's go play outside. Nah, fam, I'm a man. I'm about to go job hunting. I gotta start doing my taxes. Big muntings. I'm out here making money moves, okay? Come holla at me. And to make matters even worser, my parents started giving me allowance around this time. It was $20 every 2 weeks. I felt like a millionaire. Like, y'all couldn't tell me nothing. I'd walk up in a Blockbuster like, you like my hat? I just bought it. Harry Potter, Hunger Games. I want it. I got it. So once I had my Blockbuster card and allowance, I would just jump on my bike and drive down to Blockbuster because I don't need my mom to drive me no more because I'm a man now. And then one day out of the blue random, they added an anime section. It was only like one tiny little corner, had like 15 movies, but I was shooketh. So the first anime I ever rent was Ninja Scroll, where I take it to the register, Blake looks at the movie and looks at me, and she goes, where's your mom? Home. Because I'm a man. Hold on 1 second. She looks at the computer, picks up the phone, and calls her.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Stacy over at the Blockbuster in Metro West. Your son is trying to rent a movie that's PG-13. And he doesn't look 13 to me.
So now I'm like, crap, my mom's going to think that I'm over here trying to abuse my power and rent adult movies. Then I hear the girl go, okay, that'll be $5.99. Yo, my mom is a G. So the next weekend comes along, guess where I'm at Friday night? Right back up in the anime section. So I walk over to the same lady from last week, and I hand her Fist of the North Star, the movie.
I just have to call your mother to get permission to rent this to you. Yes, ma'am, this is Stacy from Blockbuster Metro West. Your son is here trying to rent a movie. It's a Japanimation movie. Okay. I just have to, okay, let me just read you the ratings really quickly, okay? Nudity, adult situations, blood, and violence. Did I mention that it contains a nudity? Do you want me to rent this movie to your son who is here? Are you sure? No, yeah, okay. Blink once for yes, blink twice for no. Okay, no problem, man. Yeah, sure, okie doke. And I'm here like, Mom is the MVP. Me and my mom never even talked about this. She just knew what to do. And this other time I went into Blockbuster, I go over to the video game section. The brand new Star Fox 64 just dropped. All of them were sold out except for one. Again, for anybody that's gone to Blockbuster and you've experienced this scenario, you know how happy you get when you get the last copy. Grab it, go over to the register, give it to the guy, and he goes, Yo, I've been trying to get my hands on this. You know how hard it is to get your hands on this game? I can't even get my hands on it, and I work here. When did this copy even get back in here? I've been waiting for it.
So I give him the money, I rent it, take it home. The graphics were like mind-blowing. So I take it back to Blockbuster, drop the game off, and about a week later, I'm home, I hear the phone ring, my mom goes and answers it. Then she walks in the room like, Blockbuster says you still have their game and you need to bring it back. No. I returned the game like last week. He said he returned the game last week. Dave says you didn't. Well, I did. My son says he returned the game. That means he returned the game. So fast forward like a month, I think it was. I'm home. I hear the phone ring. My mom answers. And she runs in the room. Blockbuster says you still have their game and that I owe them $125. Part of me is happy. Part of me is scared. For anybody that has a parent or parents from Barbados, you know that they swing first and ask questions later. So the fact that my mom's asking questions first, I'm very happy about it. Mom, I returned the game on time. I swears. He returned the game on time. He wouldn't lie about it. Click. Blockbuster kept calling. I pick up the phone. They'd be like,
we know you have the game. We're going to send the collection agency after you.
And every time they would call, I'm sitting here like, am I crazy? Did I imagine taking it back, and I didn't really take it back. Like, I was stressing out. And when I get stressed out, I break out and get acne. Once I get acne, the chance of me becoming a child model is out the window. I'm not going to book any gigs if my face is covered in pimples, okay? Then I start thinking, hold up. Maybe when I returned it, that clerk swiped it up and took it home and never brought it back. Like 2 or 3 months later, Blockbuster calls,
Ma'am, we just wanted to call and let you know that we found the game.
Where did you find it?
It doesn't matter where we found it, but we found it.
I think that was their way of being like, oops, we done goofed. So they erased all of our late fees. But please believe, every time I rented from Blockbuster from that day on, I wouldn't just drop it in the Dropbox. When I'm returning a game, I would walk inside with the game and be like, hey guys, I'm here, la 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 la, here, I'm here, look. And a little while after this, Netflix started getting popular, and as soon as I heard the premise of Netflix where movies come to you, as opposed to you having to go to movies, I knew that was the beginning of the end for Blockbuster. And I don't know if any of y'all know this, but Netflix offered to partner with Blockbuster, and Blockbuster was like, nah. Then Netflix offered to get bought out by Blockbuster, and Blockbuster was like, nah. And look what happened. But we can actually all learn something from Blockbuster, because the world around us is changing real fast. Blockbuster was stubborn. Same with cab drivers to Uber drivers. These cab drivers are real stubborn. They have a really bad attitude. Even Uber drivers are about to be obsolete. Uber is developing driverless drones that we can ride around in as we speak. Google it. Traditional media, print. Y'all don't have to attack YouTube. Blockbuster is a great example to teach everybody to not be stubborn and stuck in your ways. Even you sitting there watching this video. Because the people around you are going to change, your relationships are going to change, and if you're not willing to evolve with some of the challenges that get thrown at you, and you're going to be stubborn and closed-minded,
Hey, if you came across this video on YouTube because you're looking online for ways to get sober, ways to get clean, kick a habit.
What's up, guys? It's CG Kid. So in this video, I'm gonna...
Hey guys, what's up? It's JT here with another video, and in this video, we're going to be continuing on the playlist of Beginner Stoner Guide Episodio 2. So in this episode, we're going to be going over pretty much about anything underage. Pretty much anything. I mean, some things are a little more catered for one thing, but to be honest, it's just pretty much anything. Mainly, we're pretty much focusing on glass and tobacco, but any one of these would probably work for alcohol as well. So, without any further ado, boys, let's dive right into this one. So, the first thing, I always want to get the first thing out of the way. It's most obvious, but it's some that people just aren't ballsy enough to do, and I'm going to explain why you should do it, because this is the safest one to do, okay? Asking someone. This has got to be, I mean, you guys are thinking right now, like, what the fuck? I could have thought of that. I'm telling you right now, hear me out. This is why you should use this one, okay? This one does not put you in any legal trouble, okay? When you ask for someone for alcohol, right, you're not in the wrong, right? Well, morally you are. But legally you're not. They are. When they buy you alcohol, they buy you cigarettes, they buy you whatever the fuck you're going to get that you're not able to buy, right? They're in the wrong. So they're legally, they're seen as the criminal, right? So you're not seen as a criminal for asking, because you're just asking something. That's just freedom of speech, I guess. I don't know. I just know it's not illegal to ask someone, right? So ask someone. But the best people, you got to look at characteristics. You got to do some profile, not racial profiling, because that's politically incorrect. But you got to do some profiling, okay? Just look at some people. Just kind of look around. Who looks the most sketchiest out there, okay? I will say, may or may not have been my experience, but homeless people seem to have worked for some of my friends, maybe. And that seemed like to be the best thing in Miami. There was plenty of homeless people. That's something you could definitely do if you live in a sketchier neighborhood, or really almost anywhere. I mean, you could really just ask anyone. I mean, there's homeless people all over the place, so they're the best people to ask. I mean, it's not like they haven't been there before. Not to say that all homeless people like that, but, you know, most of them have probably gone in and buy a pack of cigarettes, you know, living that life, you know, you can't blame the guy, right? So, it's not surprising that a homeless guy would probably be your best bet. So, I'd say homeless is probably your number one, okay? You gotta look around, guys. It's hard I'm not gonna list off, you know, fucking people, and you're just like, you gotta look at your own. I mean, I guess I can give you some people you wouldn't look at. I mean, you can just tell. People who are polished out, look like they got something going for them, right? You wanna go for the people who are, they need the extra change, you know, offer them the change. You know, that's what you gotta do. You gotta be like, alright, listen, you know, go in there and buy me, you know, a 6-pack or whatever, or, you know, pack Marlboro Reds, or maybe some Copenhagen, right? You tell them to go in there and say, hey, listen, you keep the change, right? Make it worth their while, right? So that's number 1, okay? Number 2, fake ID. Now, I don't have an experience with the fake ID and getting caught for it, which I'll probably make a story on at some point or another. I don't know if I'd recommend it, okay? I mean, because now when you get a fake ID, now that whole legal shenanigans I was talking about, now you're in the wrong, okay? So the fact that you now have a forged ID, now you are completely on the wrong side of the legal field, so to speak, okay? So when you buy a fake ID, you automatically committing a crime, okay? That's, you know, it's forgery, I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's a crime, obviously, right? Then you could also get in some legal trouble with, you know, with identity fraud. So it's just, I wouldn't recommend. But if you are planning on getting a fake ID, right? There's probably chances are, if you could, most of you guys are probably in high school, right? Maybe middle school if you guys are savage, right? You know, there might be someone who makes them. If not, you didn't hear it from me, but it's pretty simple to get online. I'm not going to leave any links, so don't even ask me. Don't DM me. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. I'm just saying that if you research it, you can find it with relative ease, okay? But I don't really recommend that one, but I just want to put it out there because that is an option for you, okay? And yeah, so here's number 3, buying online. So buying online is pretty good. So it works well with glass. So if you're trying to buy anything that's a weed paraphernalia, like lighters, well, I think lighters you can buy on your own, but that's whatever. I mean, lighters probably, grinder, you know, any sort of glass. Most of that stuff you can order, no problem. You won't need to put anything else. Yeah, go ahead and get yourself a prepaid card with some cash, and you know you can go on some whatever glass website you want to go to, and that's it. You can do that. Now, as far as tobacco goes, okay, so for tobacco, it's a little difficult because there are regulations on selling tobacco online. So the problem with that means that you're probably going to have to enter a social security number sometimes. Not every tobacco website's going to do it, but some of them, you got to look online. I personally don't buy tobacco online, so I couldn't be able to tell you, but most of them, from what I've heard, is they usually ask for a social security number, so that's something you have to get off from, like, your parents' credit card or something like that if you enter that in or something. I don't know. I'm not going to get into specifics of that, but your best bet for buying tobacco, honestly, is just asking someone. It's probably the best thing to do. But as far as weed paraphernalia goes, right, weed accessories, so to speak, that's buying online is actually probably the best bet. If you're just trying to get a bowl, glass, bong, etc., you know the rules. You know, just go ahead and do that. And you should be pretty good. With Amazon, you can track the package, so that's always a plus there. So that way you can kind of get to it before you have to. Okay, so there's that. And the final one, also kind of obvious, but not necessarily, almost never executed, right? Is just going in and asking, right? And this is really simple because a lot of people, right, before they think, oh no, they're going to ID me right away. Just because, boys, just because it says we card does not necessarily mean we card, okay? I'll just leave it out like that, okay? When you go into a Walmart, or you go into an ABC, or you go into anyone, or maybe a Safeway, which is over in Virginia, or Publix, or whatever, right? Those are the worst places to go. You don't go there and expect to get out, right? With your alcohol or your cigarettes or your dip or whatever. You're not going to come out that way, okay? You add to target gas stations. So gas stations that are owned by, you know, that looks like they're owned by some shady character in some shady part of town, perhaps. He's probably not going to ID. It's not the first time he's probably seen someone come by his gas station trying to buy something underage. So it's not very, you know, it's something that a lot of people don't do because it's a little ballsy, but it's honestly the first thing you should do because you're also safe on this legal side, okay? Now, there are laws against possession of tobacco, but I mean, they're relatively pretty not severe at all. I don't even think they're misdemeanors. So, but, you know, it's one of the first things you should do is go and ask yourself, just try that for, you know, just see, give it a go, right? If it doesn't work, then you can go ask someone, you know, and if that doesn't work, then go down the list, whatever. I'd probably recommend fake ID being somewhere in the negatives, right? Just because there is a lot of legal trouble you can get into when you get a fake ID, so I won't necessarily recommend it, but I will include it. But anyways, I digress. So back to what I was saying about going in. So you want to target gas stations that are just, they're a little sketchy, you know, places that you look around and you can really knock two birds with one stone here because when you go to these sketchy areas, you're going to find sketchy people who are probably going to buy it for you, and you're probably going to find people who will just sell it to you. So it's a win-win right there. You know, when you go to a sketchy part of town, and you just go to an area where it's not the most wealthiest, perhaps, you should be able to buy it. So that's pretty much it from me, guys, in this video. If you found this helpful, let me know. Hey guys, what's up? It's JT here with another video. And give me some time to think about some ideas. And now I have today's whole week's video all set up. I know everything now for this week, so keep in mind, guys, this is my first week in it. We did do 7 days in a row videos, so that's a pretty big milestone for me. Okay, that's great. So, and another thing too, we hit 500 subscribers, so thank you so fucking much. Just yesterday or the day before, I uploaded the worst experience of my life, which included my first time dipping. And at the end of that video, I go, thank you so much for 4 subscribers, you know, giving my 2 cents to you guys. Thank you so much. It obviously means a lot, right? And as soon as I upload that video, I'm already at like 520 subs, okay? I mean, Jesus, man, we're going at an extremely fast rate. I mean, I started 7 days ago. We're already at 500, I think. I'm looking at the thing now. It says 537. We're at 537 subs, so thank you so much for that. That just means so much to me. But without any further ado, let's just get into details here. Okay, so this playlist I'm going to be doing, it's going to be called Beginner Stoner Guides, okay? Just pretty much things that I tell you guys for beginners, right? Just some general rule of thumb, some fastballs to be thrown in there for you intermediates out there. Not that this is really fucking, I talk about it like this is a fucking class system here, but mainly for beginners, right? But there's no really intermediate level, but, you know, just someone who's done a little more, perhaps. There's a few things that you may find that you wouldn't have known that you probably know, that you'll know more in this video. So stick around for experience or non-experience, but definitely non-experience. And without any further ado, let's talk about the topic. So the topic for this episode, for episode 1, is how to not get ripped off by your dealers. Super important to know this, boys, because you're in there scheming, they're scheming you too, okay? It's, as my friend once said, it's finessology. People are always trying to finesse each other, okay? Just how it is, and it's no better when you're buying weed, okay? So it's important to know as much knowledge as you can, so you don't have to know by experience like me, okay? I wish I had searched up things, and I could have, but I just didn't because I was lazy. But hopefully, since you guys are smart enough to click on this video, now you guys can know some information. So without any further ado, let's dive right into this one. So step motherfucking 1, or rule number 1, okay? Buy a scale, okay? A lot of people do not do this, okay? But it is so idiotic not to, because it literally is a stepping stone for everything in the future, right? That you're gonna buy, whether it's, you know, a quarter ounce, half ounce, or even just a gram, okay? You never know quite how much is in that gram bag. You never know, okay? It could be 0.6, it could be 0.7, and especially if it's your first time, it could be 0.2 and you wouldn't know the difference. It could be oregano, for Christ's sake, and you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference, okay? So at least get one part out of there and at least know the weight, okay? That's the best thing you can do for yourself. So go ahead and buy yourself a scale. They're fucking cheap as fuck. You can probably go to fucking Home Depot and get one probably for like $10 maybe, right? Or you can go on Amazon, buy one for like $8, okay? Super inexpensive. There's no reason why you shouldn't do it, okay? And when you do that, put your weed on there and weigh it 3 times, okay? When the weight coincides with how much you bought from him, boom, there you go. He wasn't ripping you. And if it wasn't, then okay, now you got an issue. So for example, okay, Brandon buys a gram, okay? My gram is, on the first weight, weighs 0.9, okay? 0.1 low, not too bad, okay? Second time I weigh it, weighs 1.0, okay, we hit right 1.0. Third time I weigh it, weighs 1.1, okay, I can pretty much average that out in my brain, even though I failed math at 5 times. I can pretty much just say, yeah, that's a gram, okay. Example 2, Steven buys a gram, okay? He weighs it on his scale. First time he weighs it, it weighs 0.6, okay? Second time he weighs it, it weighs 0.7. Third time he weighs it, it weighs 0.65. We can safely say that none of those numbers were even in the ballpark of 0.1 or 1.0. So we can safely say that he did not get a gram. So it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Please apply that tip because it's super important and a lot of beginners step over it. But boy, will it save you a lot of fucking trouble in the future. Okay, so That's number one, okay? Number two, know your slang for weight. Now, I probably should have covered that before going over scales, but I figured since scales is an important one, most people forgot this on their own. I didn't feel it was so important, but I will include it. So, here's a few things. Here are a few ones that I've heard of, okay? I'll go over the weights in a second. So you have dimes, nicks, eighths, quarter ounces, half ounces, ounces, and then obviously you can buy more than that, but I'm not going to go anything higher than ounces because I'd be just talking to my ass if I did that because I've never bought anything higher than an ounce. So, yeah, so let's go for it, okay? Dimes. Dimes aren't as common that in places I've been to. I've been to Pennsylvania and Virginia, and I've never even heard of them, right? But in Miami, dimes and nicks do exist. So with nicks, I'm almost positive, I've never bought a nick before. I'm almost positive it's about half a gram, 0.5, okay? That's what I'm almost positive for, okay? Prices, it's going to depend your range, so I can't even throw a ballpark number out there because it changes for every state. Every state is usually how it works, okay? Then you have dimes. Dimes in Miami, how it works, because that's another thing that's not here in the north. Those usually how it worked in Miami was that it could be anywhere from 0.7 to 1.0, depending on your dealer and how cool it was, right? You pay $10 for it, and it could be anything through one of those things, and you're pretty much straight, okay? It could be gram if you have a really nice dealer, but at the same time it could have not been. It could have been like 0.8-ish, and that would have been an acceptable dime, because you paid $10 for it, so that would have been very much acceptable, okay? So that's pretty much the things there. So a dime just can go through anything. An eighth is 3.5 grams, okay? So if we're using your scale, you've got to hit that 3.5, boys, okay? The next thing, quarter ounce, 7 grams, okay? For anything, an eighth is 3.5 grams, okay? So if we're using your scale, you've got to hit that 3.5, boys, okay? The next thing, quarter ounce, 7 grams, okay? See how it's kind of building up here, all right? Half ounce, 14 grams, ounce, 28 grams. Okay, actually, I'm pretty sure an ounce is like 28.66 or something like that. If you search it up on if you search it up on Google, it'll tell you how many grams are an ounce. It's pretty fucking simple. It's not that difficult. But, anyways, I just don't normally buy ounces, so I don't really know the exact thing. But it's 28 something. Okay, pretty sure. All right, next thing. Okay, present yourself as knowledgeable. Okay, so when you're going to the dealer for the first time, right? You've never bought weed before. Present yourself as someone who, this isn't the first fucking time. This isn't the first time you bought Oreos, okay? You know what the fuck you're doing, right? So, when you hit him up, ask him for a strain. Ask him, how much do you really put in a gram? Or, how often do you weigh your grams out? Or, how much do your bags weigh, okay? Just do things like that, and he'll be like, okay, listen, this guy knows his stuff. I'm probably not going to rip him. Yeah? So, it's important to present yourself as knowledgeable as possible. That's pretty much all I have for that one, okay? So, here's some don'ts, okay? Do not ask for a discount. Don't do it. I don't think I have to get too far into this one. I mean, it's just kind of like stoner etiquette. Especially if you just bought off the guy once. I mean, this is kind of an exception if you know the guy for a while. If you're short on stuff, in other words, just let the discounts come to you. They're going to come to you. The more you buy from, the more bulk you buy, right? He's going to give you, he'll give you discounts. If he appreciates your business, you appreciate his service. Just kind of how it works. Okay? It's a two-way street. He gives you, you give back. Pretty much how it is, okay? So let the discounts come to you. Do not ask for it because he will let you go. Here's another don't. Don't ask for the drugs. Just don't do it, okay? Just the way you found that dealer, just do it around, Ask random people you click. Ask people how they clicks. And, you can get that other stuff from them. But don't ask the pot dealer because chances are the pot dealer doesn't sell ass, okay? In fact, I can guarantee you he doesn't, because otherwise he'd be a pot and ass dealer, and he'd probably tell you that, okay? So, another thing, too, is don't be cocky, okay? So I did kind of say, how much do you really put in a gram? That'd be kind of cocky and a little sly, so maybe don't do that. But you want to be discreet as possible and not be cocky, okay? So when you're texting him, don't mistake for what I said as, don't act like it's your first time as with arrogance and with cockiness. So don't mistake what I said there. There's a good happy medium. So, for being discreet, what you generally want to do is don't hit him up saying, hey dude, can I buy 5 grams off you? I don't just start off with that. Be like something like, hey, do you have any on you right now? I got your number from so-and-so. Or, I know so-and-so. Or, hey, I talked to you earlier today. You remember me? right? Something like that. Like, perfect, right? Because you don't know what's going on in this guy's lives, and a lot of fucking dudes are paranoid, so...
Sweater. It has patches on it, but they're not patches. It's just the sweater, but it looks like a patch, doesn't it? Hi there, buds. I thought that I would do a video on how to find a weed dealer, because we've been talking a lot about weed dealers.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Horoscope coming at you guys with a new series I'm bringing to my channel. So this is a series called Stoner Rules. It's basically Stoner Tips just with a different name because I'm not really trying to copy off Xcode, but we're talking about finding a dealer today. So if you smoke weed, you obviously need a dealer who's going to be reliable and overall trustworthy, a guy who's going to get you dank weed for good deals. And I admit there were some times where I couldn't find anyone who sold weed, so I'm going to go over what I did to find a dealer. So first I recommend asking around your friends. Even if your friends don't smoke weed or do drugs, there's still a chance that they know someone who sells it. For example, there's this kid at my school who's notorious for selling really bad weed, and even people who don't smoke weed know this kid sells bad weed. So if you were to go up to one of those kids and ask them if they knew where to find weed, they'd be like, yeah, I know this guy sells weed. Well, as long as they're nice and they don't fucking cut you off when you ask them. The worst thing that can happen when you ask someone if they know where to find weed is they'll say no. Now, if your friends don't know anyone, another thing you can do is check out
That's Nathan. Yeah?
Sitting to the rest. Each.
Why are you bullying me, Nathan? At least I think that's Nathan. I hope it's Nathan.
Slapping yay. I enjoy it hard.
All homo. I'm so autistic. Oh my god, I'm gonna commit death. I swear, I just got on. Or like, I was watching YouTube for a little bit and I just started up again. I'm proud of me, Nathan, to say how hard I was at that guy. Get wrecked. Nerd.
I will join you later on.
Like what time? Is your sister on right now or something? Or are you at McDonald's? guess I got help for kill. Okay, Nathan. I have a question because I'm pretty sure he's still here. Have you ever tried triple C's? Wait, that's probably you. Or it was probably one of my friends from school and they just clicked on it. Oh. Oof. Let's go, Nathan. I'm not getting pumped from low ground. Oof. Fag. I just got 1500 now. I'm trying it out. Are you talking about sensitivity? But Nathan, have you ever tried triple C's? I don't know. Oof, it wouldn't let me build, I swear. I pressed triangle in R2 and it didn't build. It just shot. At least he didn't low ground shoot me. I don't even care. That's the only reason that I've died all today. It's been a struggle out here.
What's that?
Are you talking about what's triple C's? Is that what you're asking?
DJ Light.
What? It's like robotism, but pill form. Yeah, it's pretty much robotism. And like NyQuil, oh no, it's not it's not like NyQuil, but it's like this cough syrup that you can buy from stores, but in pill form. If that's what you're talking about. Oof, 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 oof. My aim is horrible.
DJ Light.
Like the stuff that you buy from the store, or coding? Don't pull a Fredo Santana on me. But are you talking about codeine or like this Robitussin and all that other crap that you can just buy from the store? Isn't it like really? Oh, isn't? Well, can you answer my question? Oh, you mean to me? Okay, thank you. One of my friends at school brought promethazine and put it in Mountain Dew and like gave it to a bunch of his friends. But it wasn't codeine with promethazine, it was just promethazine. It just made me feel really sick. I don't really understand it. Probably because we all chugged the whole thing and didn't sip it, but okay then, I guess you're just so much better than me. What the heck? But yeah, one of my friends brought promethazine and put it in a drink and like handed it out to a lot of people, or like gave it to a few people, and then everyone figured out about it, and then someone snitched, and then he got suspended for a few days, 9 days.
Down.
And everyone else that got caught doing it, like, had to do drug posters and, like, they had to do, like, a whole slide or something. They had to do a... He really did. But, the presentation, the other people that got caught had to do a presentation, and they had to do a community charity, or something like that, charity, I don't know. Community service. That's what I was thinking of. It's not shooting! I would have broke my controller if I would have died from that. It was like 3 girls that snitched on him though. So that's like, oof, oof, oof. Yeah, but it was 3 girls that told on him because he brought it to their table and he was talking to them, right? And then they were like, "What is that you're drinking?" Or like, "What's that thing in your hand?" Because he had it in like a really big water bottle. And he told them what it was, and then they were like, "Can I have a drink?" And then they went up to the office crying. And then there was one more girl that told on. I just felt really sick and relaxed the whole time, which don't really mix, but I didn't get in trouble somehow, but I think I was the only person that didn't get in trouble. Yeah, this got raped. Hey, Bubby. Did you leave, Nathan? It says I only have 1 viewer. Is that a guy? Okay.
Social media. You should be looking for people who go to your school or live in your county. And if there's someone you find posting pictures of Teacher Chong or their new bong or posting gang shots of their weed, chances are they know where to find some weed. So if both those things don't work, you're gonna have to do some dirty work, something that nobody wants to do, which is talking to strangers. Yes, talk to people that you don't usually talk to. And this is actually how I found my dealer. Now I'm gonna tell you guys how I found my dealer real quick. So it's lunchtime at my school. I see this kid who's kind of sketchy looking, but I go up to him and just casually spark conversation with him. And after talking to him for a minute, I asked him if he smoked weed, and he said yes, so I was like, "Do you know anyone who sells it?" And luckily he knew someone who sold weed, and that day I got a new dealer. It can be easy as that sometimes. I know it can be harder for some people, especially if you're in like 9th grade or something, it can be harder for you, because everyone's going to want to hook you up with the bad deals and stuff. They're like, "Oh, I can skip this 9th grader, get some easy money." And another thing I wanted to mention, if you're getting skimped and you know you're getting skimped, don't continue to buy from that guy. Even if that's the only guy you buy weed from, you're just going to keep getting skimped and losing money. It's so much easier just to look around a little harder to find another guy who sells weed. Because I'm telling you guys, so many people sell weed. Like half of my whole school. Okay, maybe not half. Probably not even a quarter. Probably not even a quarter now that I think about it. But a lot of people at my school sell weed, and I had no idea some of these people would sell weed or even smoke weed. But yeah, you can go up to strangers. Maybe some guy's wearing a hot shirt. You're like, "Yo, dude, nice shirt. You know where to find some weed?" Or you could just go up to people and be like, "Yo, you know where I can get some weed?" Just ask around. Like I said, the worst thing they're going to say is no. And the last thing I can recommend is hanging out at your local head shops. So one time I went to this head shop and I noticed that the 2 guys working at this head shop lived really high, and I was really jealous. So as I did with the kid I didn't know, I just went up to these guys and started casually conversating with them. And then one thing led to another. I asked them if they knew where I could find some weed, and it turns out they did as well. I think the last tip I can give you guys is go up to these sketchy guys. If you see a guy who looks kind of sketchy, go up to him, ask him if maybe something really bad could turn out, and you don't want that to happen. So be careful when you're trying to find a dealer. Ask around your friends, ask around strangers, ask around head shops, ask around tobacco shops. The worst thing that can happen is them saying no. Keep that in your mind at all times. Hell, you can even go to a gas station and ask like a cashier or something, someone who looks like they might smoke weed. I'm telling you guys, so someone who's willing to sell to you. If you learned something new in this video, or if you enjoyed my video at all,
No, but we'll stay here. We'll stay here. We'll stay here. Go back. No, me.
Hey, Dad. No, man.
I did.
AJ has his own war code. Well, you have to respawn before you do anything. Seth, you understand? What? Before you start the game, you have to respawn.
Well, AJ's got the problem when everyone is.
No, when we get in the game. Okay, I'm surprised that you gave me your shoe today, by the way, when I went to your shoe. I was gonna walk away with it, but KJ told me not to. I was walking away, KJ said,
Why you listening to KJ?
because I don't want to get beat. Or more rape charges, either or. They all are possible.
I'm just waiting for all of you to kick it in here.
Hello, world.
Dad.
Same.
It is. Honestly.
Okay, so we start now.
Whose name is Boss Daddy?
That's Tyler.
So,
What?
Yes.
who's going now?
Yeah, respawn. No.
Now can I start it?
No.
No, this is Seth here.
Yeah, you're sorry.
I like AJ.
Ask AJ.
Like that game.
Yeah, he's like 7th grade.
Start the game. Okay, I'm back.
Wait, AJ.
I'm not even in there yet.
Hey! Round numbers on horse, and you don't like when we run, so what's that? Okay!
Oh, he actually left.
We told him we were doing it, he joins.
What you do, grab the guns and then... Is Tyler in here?
Yeah, you kick him out.
Tyler's the quarter. No one likes Tyler. Tyler told me to leave earlier. Tyler's boys, man. I'm stuck here. I'm going to Tyler first. What did I do? He told me to leave. And you want me to start the game for me. And you told me to leave. I don't want you to know.
I don't understand you all like this time.
And you said that you don't like playing with me.
Let's go again.
I accidentally held up whenever I went on the launch pad. I didn't know this is...
That's RPG. You're dead. You don't worry. Wait on the robber, AJ. Wait on the robber.
I haven't landed. Where is it? Oh, okay. Man, I wasn't going to. Faggot.
Oh,
Yep, you got it, Rick.
Let's go, AJ.
Pick it up. Father versus son. I pulled a Mr. Holland.
I'm expecting a trap from Papa AJ.
AJ don't have no more traps.
No.
No, you.
That's my thing.
Steph, you got this. I did you got this. Steph, you got this. I did you got this. Steph, you got this. I think you got this. Steph, you got this. I think you got this.
I don't want to have this.
I think I have it age.
I got the clamp.
Dude, quick edit on me.
My gun didn't shoot!
What a quick edit that was.
I mean, I did a quick edit. My gun just wasn't reloaded. Did you have 2 P90s?
Yes.
Yes.
Is Ryan back?
No.
I thought I heard Ryan.
Yes, that's the game.
Are you guys using creator code Donnie SC in the item shop?
No.
Well, you have to have it.
I'm using creator code Papa.
Oh, never mind. That's the best code ever. I'm using chips. So.
Can we go this?
Yes.
Yeah, go.
Oh, that's
Expert.
good.
Expert. Oh, no. We're on foot. Papa expert join.
No, why?
Who's being the big of the gang?
Wow. So nice. I hear someone who's just yelling and I'm scared.
Oh, that's a trap! I mean, that's LPG, that's a trap.
That's a trap.
I'm gonna hold you in there until you start here. I'll kill.
Get your feet out of here.
You're just better, Robert. You LRPG'd me. Imagine reminding me and then telling me that you don't want to play with me.
You just out-blanked me. But for one hit you, but it was blank.
Because you're bad.
Oh, that hurt.
It's also me.
Did you say gay are?
Robert, how do you start? I'm
How many rockets can you have? You spent like 16 on me. 3 on Tyler. 4 on Seth. Like, I don't understand this. I only... Bad.
The Seth. Easy crap, Seth.
Exactly. Seth is just better.
Robert, I didn't have a scar. I had a gay AR.
Gay R.
Everybody respond.
Yes.
Oh, Papa expert's in here now. Time to get smacked. Papa expert, please no.
Please. He has on push the top. That's even scarier. That means that is sort of trying to list.
Everybody
Everyone go for the blonde default. Everyone go for the blonde default.
Go for the default. Blonde default.
Not the black one, the blonde one.
Yeah, don't in here. Go for blonde.
Where's the blonde? I bet you he's stuck in midair.
My Black guy, that's me. Time to team up on blonde default with you.
He just respawned.
What trap that was? Holy crap.
I outplayed you with that epic trap.
Zone. Oh, wait.
Shut up. I can't even hear you because you're screaming.
I'm not screaming, your microphone volume is just loud.
It must be because he's not screaming.
Well.
I did.
Don't want to talk about it. Oh my God, Robert, if you die.
My grandpa loves to do 5 damage. Yeah. Turns out you're still alive.
I am.
Are you actually? Oh. You should let him die, Tyler.
I'm dead now.
Tyler, you were gonna kill himself until he said that.
If you could hear his controller going every single time he built a single wall, and yeah, he probably would have died, killed himself. Is everyone in
game?
Okay, everyone go for the blind default. Pro strats.
I'll go from him.
I'll go from if I see him. I'm gonna commit death.
Boss Daddy gets it ill.
So Expert, how you doing?
I don't know why this guy
Expert just committed death. I can't tell either.
No, wait, you're dead gay.
Why are you playing like such a faggot against me? You shoot me down. Haha. Fag.
I died in zone.
No, I killed you, didn't I? Okay, everyone respawn.
I'm